did it say? To allow your eyes to close. Obviously, you can't close your eyes.
Yeah.
To feel what you are reading.
Mm-hmm.
To feel what, and it's easier when you're standing up to be able to feel.
Yeah.
Great voice, really, really nice. And you're such a caring soul anyway, we know. That it's that comes through.
Shines through, yes.
Yeah.
I can feel that.
Mm.
Just read a little bit. So come to a paragraph.
What paragraph?
Any
Stand up
paragraph
and
you
read it
feel
if you
comfortable
like.
doing.
Stand up and read it or sit down.
Which ones have been done?
Doesn't matter.
If you've been belly breathing in this class for years now, you'll find a more subtle way to breathe into the belly that just allows the breath to move down there.
Okay, wonderful. Sean, could you do, and normally we do an exercise before this, but do you know what the word enunciate means?
Yeah.
Can you enunciate, but not normally? Can you take it to a point that is almost ridiculous?
Like the wide mouth frog.
You all know that joke?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I find it
I
hard.
would close your eyes
I find
now.
it hard to read and like
Of course.
enunciate at the same time.
Of course.
So first you can slow it down so that it's easier.
If you've just been belly breathing in the class for years now, then find a more subtle way to breathe into the belly that just allows the breath to move down there. As if the
Nice,
breath...
okay.
Yeah,
That's it.
good,
Well,
bit
good.
of
Lovely.
good pace.
Well
Yeah,
done.
slowed it right down.
And Sham, why did you not take that as far as it could go?
What do you mean?
When I said enunciate to a point that's almost ridiculous.
Haven't really enunciated in school, haven't really
I know,
done
but,
it.
It's hard to do.
I mean you weren't you, taking it as far as it could go?
Yes.
And what we think is that when we enunciate, what we think is that it starts to sound a little bit ridiculous. But what you will find that it is actually impossible to over-enunciate your words during a class. It is absolutely impossible to go over the top in your enunciation. In fact, as I'm walking around the class, usually when I go past a teacher in the class, I will start to go so far over the top in enunciation. It actually just sounds very, very clear when you enunciate very well.
And you see people also are lying on their backs. They're not using visual thing as well. So they're totally relying on the audio. And often they've got their eyes closed. So they're not actually seeing what you do and working from that and hearing at the same time. It's purely
So
the
it
audio.
needs to be
Exactly.
extremely clear.
Mm.
And a good class really is when the person receiving the class, doing the class, doesn't have to think. So there's not that, oh, what was that? Oh, what did she say? What did he say? And they look up and that relaxation state is broken.
And that is your feedback. This, in class, is your feedback that you did not express yourself very clearly. People looking around to see what other people are doing means you as a teacher were not clear and that you need to get clearer as a teacher. This is not a good sign. Generally, class, halfway through the meditation, this is a very bad sign.
Sometimes it's the only one. He just couldn't relax. Oh,
There
Dave.
are all sorts of signs that
Dave doesn't
you'll
do
see from your students.
It's a real teller.
It is. Okay.
You know, if it's just one in the class.
Yes, yes. But the whole class, so it's like, yeah.
The whole class. But, you know, if it's just one,
Yeah.
there can be something about that person.
Yeah, or they could have some of the kids sick at home.
Yeah.
That's right.
And sometimes people's minds wander. So, and I even find sometimes. So it's not that you aren't enunciating, or they've just gone off onto another. So you just need to repeat to bring them back again.
That happens to me all the
Yeah.
time.
I've done the same in your class 2 weeks ago.
That,
3 times.
that's
Oh,
good.
that's good.
In and out of control. I hope everyone has a
Oh, very nice.
That's a nice compliment.
What you may not realise, Amanda, is that we consider that a deep compliment.
Yes.
We
Yes.
actually have competitions,
Yes.
and so far,
People went to sleep in your class.
seven people asleep in Boomy's class. She is the current record holder.
Well,
We only know by
during class
story.
or relaxation.
Yeah, relaxation.
That's great to sleep. Everyone didn't
Do
sleep
you
the whole
think
class.
how safe most of us have to
Absolutely.
feel
Yeah.
to risk letting go to the point
Yeah.
where you fall asleep in public? And I mean,
Absolutely.
I thought the second time was surprised. The first
The
time.
third time,
It's risky. And then when people develop trust with you,
Yeah.
once that trust is developed with you, they will feel able
Yeah.
to do that time and time again because they hear that voice and think, I trust that voice. You know, so
I had somebody snoring at the beginning of that class.
I think I know who it was. They were next to me.
yeah, Dave.
Kelvin.
Apologising for
Oh,
snoring.
Calvin,
Yeah,
okay.
he walked in, lay down and started I didn't even have to do anything. I hadn't started.
He just wanted to lie down. Well, said, oh, I have somebody used to come to my place. Oh, thank God I can lie down and relax. So she'd come into the room, lie down and relax. The first time she'd done it all week.
Exactly.
Sleep deprived.
And that's the space that we provide for
Yeah.
people.
Yes.
That's their time out. People say, can I bring my child? Can I bring my 10-year-old? I said, well, you know,
you must.
what is really important here is people come and they relax. And that relaxation at the end is so precious. And if there's a risk of your 10-year-old disturbing that for the whole class, then no, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happens if you have got that person snoring really loud and other people are getting distracted with that? What do
Well, you
I have it quite often.
what do you do?
what do you do?
Does it bother people, do you think? the
It
snoring?
wasn't snoring that,
It's interesting to
you know,
hear
without
that.
identifying the specific.
If it's very loud, yes, it
And it was a
must
bit
be.
similar this morning. It was the big trying desperately to release their tension, so they make lots of noises. You know, it's quite jarring, and I don't think they've got any consciousness that they're doing it.
Yeah.
It's just like, send it back over there.
Yes, I know.
What you can do
I
in
know.
that situation, if you notice it, is you get the person to imagine a mattress around themselves of imaginary light, and it's sort of a protection, and it's almost like one of these imaginary auric fields where you imagine a light that protects you all the way around you, and nothing from outside actually comes in, and so you provide a space for the body individually.
With the snoring, Ron had a lady who was snoring during the meditation, and he just incorporated it by saying, whatever is there, something along the lines about bothering you, how is it affecting you?
Yeah.
Allowing it to be
Noise,
as it
bring the
is.
noise in, yeah.
I wish I'd written everything he said, because what he said was perfect.
Yeah.
I remember it.
Other ties, I pull people's big toes. I will do that from time to time. Most of my students have been coming a really long time, and if they're snoring really loudly, I still pull their big toes. And but I tell them, I say, if you start snoring, I'll be pulling your big toe tonight. So
So, can I ask one more thing?
you can ask as
With the
many as you like.
farting,
Farting?
Oh,
Yes.
what do you actually say? Because I heard a noise, but I wasn't sure it was a fart, so
Really well.
what do you say?
Not farting.
Last week, you give an example.
A week ago.
Can we get straight here?
behind me. Yeah.
It's a real farting class.
Yeah. You managed.
Before we
Yeah,
go on to this
terrible.
subject, can I make sure that everybody knows we're talking FRT, not fighting, because we had this conversation last week and the two teachers thought I said fighting.
At the coffee.
Yeah, fighting.
We were cracking up